Joining us, Chris Farrell. He's the Director of Investigations and Research for Judicial Watch. Chris, first, congratulations. I'm always delighted when I can say that to you and Judicial Watch, because it means the American people are going to learn something that we wouldn't have otherwise.
Thanks.
You're in Little Rock, Arkansas tonight.
I am.
Well, let me ask first, before we get to all of the other intrigue tonight, what are you doing in Little Rock?
I'm spending some time at the National Archives at the Clinton Library. I think this is something like my 14th or 15th visit to Little Rock over the last 17 years. It's just it's a demonstration of our commitment to following through. We never quit, we never go away, we never give up. And so today I was looking through some old, believe it or not, Hillary Healthcare Task Force records.
Oh, my goodness.
And a couple of interesting nuggets. I think one was the absolute state of panic and despair in the Clinton White House in May of '93. Frankly, the language, and I'll send it to your staff. You can look at the document tonight. The document talks about a state of despair and anxiety and complete confusion that actually pales in respect to all the hysteria over the Trump administration. It's quite interesting what happens when a new administration comes in.
You know, because I was there, as the saying goes. I know I look much too young, Chris, to have been covering national politics at that time. But people forget that entire process, the Health Security Act of 1993, it was the famous Clinton 2-for-1 deal where Hillary would run health care. In May, that's when they discovered that there might be a little problem with the whole contraption. And the media was feasting on what was calamity for the Clintons at that time. The secrecy that they built everything around. There weren't big committees. They weren't in regular order, as they say in those days, and they weren't wide open and transparent, despite their revisionist history. It was secrets and concealment and deception, and ultimately doom for the Health Security Act.
That's why I'm here today.
Well, you want to share a nugget, or you're going to save that one for another night?
I'll send your staff the nugget, but that's the level of confusion and the memo that I came across today it's stunning.
Well, I can't wait to see the note and to see what you've come upon. I've got to get your ideas. We talked with Victoria Tunzing earlier tonight, representing the FBI informant who now is under a gag order. It's the darndest gag order that she says she's ever heard of, purporting to have criminal penalties for violation of it and a refusal to allow him to testify to the United States Congress. Your thoughts?
This is what I've said all along, is that these congressional investigations have their place and their time, but the level of criminality we're talking about now and the national security threat that we're talking about now, Attorney General Sessions, call your office, right? We need grand juries and indictments. We need prosecutions, not congressional hearings. If the congressional hearings come along after the fact to look at the systemic problems and the larger constitutional questions, that's great. But the matters we're dealing with are so serious, we have got to see people indicted and put on trial. We need findings of fact from courts, not opinions from politicians.
And we've got about 40 seconds, Chris. Is it your judgment that the special counsel enlarging his investigation to include the Podesta firm and John Podesta's brother, that amounts to anything, or is that a shiny object? Very quickly, if we can.
Yeah, it's good that they're looking at the Podestas, because frankly they deserve it and they need it. I just hope that isn't kind of a throwaway to distract from something else.